Paul, you said before the goal when you start on the road is to split things. Now you're heading back to Sunrise 1-1. Just how do you feel about the state of the series at this point?
The goal is to win every game, right? Like to win both. But I thought this would be a game that would be a real challenge to manage. I was actually really happy with the way we did. They had the first 10 minutes, and we talked about that this morning. I mean, in here with you all, they're going to have a piece of the game they own. Shots, I think, are 6-1. They're up 1-0. After that, we were pretty good.
Right side, second row.
Yeah, Coach, with that emotional advantage and all that you thought they were going to have, to see how quickly you guys were able to respond after the first 8-9 minutes, be able to tie it up and go into the first intermission tied. How did you feel about the response, and then the thought about how you guys were able to keep things close throughout the rest of the game?
Yeah, I mean, we up until the overtime, which this probably doesn't translate into overtime, we had far higher quality offense. Not a huge number. I think for the analytics you want, but I think we had about 7-8 chances. It's a big number for us, for most teams. But so I liked it. From the 10-minute mark on, I kind of understood the 10-minute mark. It's really important that you go through it, though, right? Because it's going to happen again. Two really good teams. They're going to have sections of the game they control. And then handled it right, and then it was a pretty good, hard battle. I think there's better skill on both teams than the plays that are being completed. I think it's a bit of a challenge out there right now for both teams.
Right side, second row.
I mean, most of this group hasn't been together for an overtime loss in a playoff game. I mean, how do you get through the emotional disappointment of losing a game like that for the first time for a lot of these guys and regroup for Game 3?
Yeah. Well, first of all, you're right. There hasn't been a lot of overtime in this playoffs for our team. And we haven't lost. I don't feel any different tonight than I shouldn't say that's not true. Distraught is not the right word, but after Game 5, I was some kind of sour about the way we played. I didn't like our game in Game 5. I wasn't worried about Game 1. Game 5 I didn't like in the last series. I'm fine with tonight. You shouldn't come in and beat the President's Trophy team twice in their own building. You really shouldn't. We got that one to overtime. We were in alone a bunch of times there, couldn't get it to go. Well, they had two really good goaltenders at each end. This is exciting series, exciting hockey, lots of hits, lots of action.
I wanted to follow up on what you were just saying about, it being a really good game. Can you appreciate that on the bench when it's happening?
Oh, absolutely. Because if I'm not berserking, I'm good. I like the game of hockey, and it gets up and down the ice. Even in the first 10 minutes, it's going to look like that very probably early. So it's not that they're on you. It's, are we handling it right? You didn't see anybody try to break the game open in the first 10 minutes. There wasn't any. We didn't try, oh my God, we're under siege, let's do something we haven't done for the last 2 years. It's pretty good. Just stay in it, right? Sometimes you got to block punches, right? You can't be throwing and swinging all the time. So I thought we were pretty good with that. I'm thinking at 2-0, I might have to get involved in the game, change some lines, call a timeout. It wasn't a night for profanity, so I didn't feel that. I didn't feel that.
No.
Yeah, I mean, they're a really good team. We didn't expect to win every game, and I mean, they came out strong, and we got split, go home, and refocus.
What do you kind of learn about the nature of this series through two games? Obviously, low scoring, tight, not a lot of chances for either side.
Yeah, I think that's what happens when you get the two best teams in the conference. I mean, it's going to be a battle, and they're playing hard defense. We're playing hard defense. It's tough to get chances, and I mean, it was a tight game.
Things got chippy there after their first goal. Just how did you like your team's response afterwards? You tying the game and you guys being able to try to get back to your game after those first opening minutes from them? Yeah,
they were all over us in the first period. I think they lost the first game and they had the home crowd behind them, and we tried to kind of weather it, and they got one, but it's a good response. And to go into the second tied, the game was there, and I mean, they came out on top.
I mean, most of the guys in this locker room haven't even been around for a game they lost in overtime as a group. I mean, how do you emotionally kind of recover from a game like this? It was right there.
I mean, I think it's just anytime you lose a game, you try and get better and refocus. Doesn't matter if it's overtime or anything like that. It's just next game.
What can you say about the goaltending on both ends?
Yeah, obviously two of the best goalies in the world, and it's a showdown out there. And I mean, we're looking to get chances, and I mean, yeah, they both are playing unreal, and yeah, that's all I can say.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Carter.
Thanks, Carter.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Sunrise in the series 1-1.
Well, I mean, obviously it's tough to lose in overtime, but at the end of the day, 1-1 in their building. They came out really, really explosive tonight, and that's what we expected. Yeah, we lost a really tight game. We'll move on. We got a quick turnaround for a 3 o'clock game at home.
One important thing heading forward throughout the series, the penalty kill's been so good through 2 games. What's been working there for you guys?
I mean, obviously it's predicated on pressure. You know, at the end of the day, it's one of the top power plays in the league, and you know, we're just trying to find a way to limit their chances. Bob's making huge saves. That's kind of the key.
You haven't had this feeling of losing a playoff series or a playoff game in overtime in quite some time. I mean, how do you kind of get through it and recover for Game 3?
Yeah, I mean, what did we play? How many minutes were left?
About 5.
5 minutes. So I mean, it's 15 extra minutes, and you know what, 4 or 5 minutes a guy. It's not terrible. It's not you know, like we're so drained of energy that we're not going to be able to come back. So just getting on our recovery, eating, sleeping well, and finding a way to come back for home game.
You mentioned the physicality and intensity that they had the first 8-10 minutes. How did you like the response you guys had after that first push that they made?
Yeah, I thought we held the fort well, 1-1. Right? It's a tough game. Come down to the wire in overtime. So I liked our response. We knew they were going to come out hard. We expect it, and we'll try to match that intensity for Game 3.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Hacker. Thank you.
Yes, you know, it's a two good teams playing hockey. So hey, they play good. They good team. So it's a good win for them.
What has the series felt like through 2 games? Not a lot of scoring. It seems like every moment feels pretty tight out there.
Yeah, that's the playoff hockey. I thought our guys did a great job again. They defend, they work hard. So it's a tight game. It's a 1-goal game. So keep going.
Sergei, what did you see on the winning goal?
No, there was a pass in the middle. I don't like to talk about the goals, you know, he just shoot and score.
I mean, how was it to be in a goaltending matchup like that? It seemed like both guys were dialed in, and nobody was giving an inch for quite a while there.
Yeah, that's great. You know, he's played a great game, and it's definitely fun.
You look at these first 2 games, the penalty kill has been so good. That's going to be important moving forward. What have you liked about how the Killers have played in front of you?
Yeah, that's you're right. They were great. They had some chances, some power play, and they did good in power play. So our guys stepped up and did the great block shots and stuff.
Thanks, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thanks very much.